Hello and welcome to class, back onto the mat. So today we're going to do a sequence that's got the theme of empowerment. So it's a sequence that is going to be quite strong in places, and hopefully by the end of it, you'll feel properly empowered and ready to get on and pretty much do anything. So hope you're going to enjoy that. So let's just get started. So let yourself settle down. Let yourself arrive onto the mat. Just tuning into the space that you've created for the practice and for the time that you've set aside. And then bringing your attention to your posture, to the way you're sitting. So whether that's cross-legged on the mat or sitting across the bolster or some blocks, just start to bring your attention to the way you are sitting and the contact with the mat beneath you. So that's through the seat or through your shins, the tops of your feet. So just feel that connection with the mat beneath you. And before we begin the practice, we need to have our mind fully on board. So let's clear out all the distractions, all the mind noise, all the mind chatter. Go ahead and open up that imaginary cupboard that takes everything that's on your mind, just sweep it all in there. Open the doors and put everything, maybe whatever's been going on so far today, whatever's going to be happening later, we're just going to put it all away. Close the cupboard doors. And just relax the mind now. So let the mind muscle fully relax. Feel relieved, feel light. Just feel into the space that's now created. So just take a few breaths in and out of the nose, straight into that roomy, airy headspace. Lovely. And now that the mind is fully available for us, we're going to take our attention to our feet as we work to relax the body. So you're going to relax the feet completely. Relax the toes, the top of the foot, sole of the foot, and the ankles. Just let it go in the feet. And then moving your attention out up your legs. So you're going to relax your shins, your calves, the knees, and the thighs. So let the floor or the bolster or the blocks take your weight as you were completely relaxed in the legs. And then tilting the pelvis slightly forward, just enough so that you get that sense of spine lengthening. So just let your spine reach and lengthen up towards the sky. So you ground down just a little through your seat, but without causing any tension. As the spine lengthens, the chest lifts slightly, shoulders broaden and drop. And the arms are heavy by your side, with your hands resting on top of your thighs, with the palms facing down. Just engendering that sense of grounding and connection and stability. And the head is nice and centered between the shoulders. And the face is holding no expression. So just relax the forehead, the area around the eyes, and the jaw. And just to make sure that we are fully relaxed in the body, go ahead and do that body scan again in your mind's eye. Start at the feet, work your way up to the top of your head, just letting go of any tension you may encounter along the way. Lovely. And now that the body is fully relaxed, we're going to take our awareness to the breath. And you're breathing nice and easy in and out of the nose. So just let that continue without changing its rhythm or its depth, but you're going to take your mind on that journey as the breath flows in through the nose, touches the back of the throat, goes into the lungs, where it does a turn and comes back out. So for the next few breaths, just enjoying this conscious breathing and tuning into the gentle rise and fall of your chest. And just allowing that breath practice to finish now. On the next exhale, and we'll go from here into warm-ups, beginning with the head rolls. So take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to lower the chin down towards the chest. Inhale, take it away slightly. And then exhaling, drawing it a little closer to the chest. And then inhaling last time. Exhaling, drawing it again, really close to the chest, really lengthen the back of the neck. And then inhaling, rolling the head up towards the right shoulder. Just turning the head so that that right ear hangs right over the shoulder, stretching out the left side of the neck. And then exhaling, lowering the head back to the chest. Inhaling, rolling it up to the left. So just turning the head, aligning the back of the head to the wall behind you. The left ear dangles over the left shoulder as you stretch out the right side of the neck. And then exhaling, rolling it back down to center. Inhaling, coming up on the right. So keeping the spine nice and long and the shoulders level and still. Working with the head rolls from side to side as you stretch out each side of the neck, working with the breath. Just find your own rhythm here. No rush. Couple of more. Just really focusing on releasing any tension in the neck. Good. And the next time the chin comes to center, we're going to pause that practice, lifting the head back up to between the shoulders and continue with shoulder rolls. So send the shoulders back, circle them up towards the ears and forward. Send them back, up and forward. So add the breath. Inhale as they go back, exhale as they go forward. So still keeping the spine nice and long. Just getting some warmth, easing it out in the shoulders. Good. And the next time the shoulders come to center, we go the other way. Reverse the circles, take them forward, up and back. Forward, up and back, still working with the breath. Inhaling as they go back, exhaling as they go forward. Good. And the next time the shoulders come down to center, we're going to pause that practice. And if your eyes are closed, you're going to open them now as we work with the seated spinal twist. So you're going to take your right hand to the outside of the left knee. The left hand rests behind you on the mat, or the palm is up against the support, against the bolster. Inhale, lengthen up, and then exhale, turn on the axis. So grounding the fingers down into the leg, into the mat, to help with the rotation, and turn as far as is comfortable. Good, let that go. Let's come the other side. So the left hand goes to the right knee, the right hand rests behind you. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, turning. So you're rotating on your spinal axis, and then just drawing the shoulders down. Great, one more time either side. Right hand to the left knee, the left hand's behind you. Lengthen up, and then exhale, turn. Draw the shoulders down. Good, and then last time to the right. Left hand to the right knee, the right hand rests behind you. Inhale, nice and tall, and then exhale, turning. So we're getting a twist in the thoracic part of the spine. Good, and then coming back to center. We're going to continue with a couple of more warm-ups. So you're going to bring yourself down onto the mat, onto your back. You're going to bring your knees to the chest, and you can have your arms by your side here, or the hands resting in front of the knees. Either way, just relax down for a few moments. Let your spine completely unwind here. Let it sink into the mat. Along with the back of the head, just feel supported here. Part of feeling empowered is feeling grounded and secure and stable and connected. So just feel that through your whole back line here. Feel the support of the earth beneath you. Take some big breaths in and out of the nose. Relax. And then let's get ready to do some hip rolls. So letting your arms be by your side, you're having your hands in front of the knees. We're going to circle the knees out to the sides on an inhale. Circle them down and away, and then when they meet, exhale, bringing the knees back to the chest. So inhale, circle them out, down and away. Exhale, bring them back to the chest. A couple of more of these. Just tuning into the hips. Good, and then next time the knees come to center, let the hands drop to the inside of the knees. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, drop the knees out to the side. And again, we're just relaxing here. We're letting gravity do its thing as we take a very gentle inside thigh stretch. Shoulder blades are resting on the mat. Just breathe. And then on an inhale, bringing the knees back to center. A couple of more hip rolls, just to ease that off. And then we're going to finish with the sacral circling. So keeping your knees together, arms by your side or hands in front of the knees. Choose which direction you want to go in, and then circle both knees in that direction. So now we're just going to massage out the lower spine as we draw circles on the mat as we roll the knees around. A couple more in this direction. And then next time the knees come to center, go the opposite way to the way you started. Keep drawing those circles. Just ironing out any tension that might be sitting there in the lower spine. Good. And the next time the knees come to center, we're going to pause that practice. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, roll over onto one side. And you're going to bring yourself up into standing. As we're going to start the sequence working with mountain pose, because what other more empowering posture than mountain is there? So you're going to have your feet underneath your hips, which is your hip joints are halfway down towards the groin. So just align your feet and then start to stand up nice and tall. So just let yourself fall back a little. The kneecaps will lift and then come forward to the point where they drop. And that's where you're aligned. That's where your knees are above your ankles and your hips above the knees. Good. So just maybe take a gentle rock from back and forth, ground down through the feet. Feel the contact. You can even grip the mat with your toes a little bit here. Turn your palms out 45 degrees. So the palms are facing forward. And then start to ground down. Ground down through the soles of the feet, but relax the legs. So just follow your awareness from your feet up the legs. There's a micro bend in your knees. The spine is now lengthening. So just let that invisible thread draw you up towards the sky, but without creating any tension. So just feel here, closing your eyes, feel here. You can balance on your feet and enjoy standing without any effort at all. So keep moving the awareness around the body, see where you're holding, and then just relax. Tuning into that sense of stability and security that comes from being so consciously connected to the earth beneath you. Feeling solid. And yeah, feeling empowered. There's nothing in between you and the earth beneath you here, so just feel into that reassurance. Couple more breaths here. Enjoying your conscious standing. And then on the next exhale, we're going to let that go. Now we're going to stay in mountain pose. We're going to enjoy a little breathing practice, which I call chakra clearing. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a breath in. We're going to take our arms out to the side, and then we're going to join the hands together. And then as we exhale, we're going to lower the hands, palms facing down to the mat, as if we're actually clearing out the whole central energy channel here. Were there any blocks? Okay, so inhale, taking the arms out to the side. Exhale, place the hands one on top of another. Lower the hands, good. Inhale. Exhale, clear out any blocks, any energy blocks, any mental blocks. Good, keep flowing. Inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhaling again, just clear the path in front of you here. Anything negative goes into the mat, into the floor. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let the earth just absorb anything unhelpful, anything that doesn't serve you. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Good. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale up and then exhale down. Good. And we're going to stay in mountain pose. We're going to do one more breathing practice. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. So you're going to, on an inhale, take your arms into cactus arms, like so. And then as you exhale, you're going to draw the hands away from the shoulders with your fingers in Anjali Mudra. So I like this. So when you extend your arms, you're going to have your hands together like that with the pointy fingers pointing forward. Good. So on an inhale then, take it into cactus arms. And then exhale. Send the shoulder blades to the back of the room. Point the fingers forward. Drop your chin slightly. Inhale. Big breath in. And then exhale. Sending the shoulder blades away from the fingertips. Good. Inhale. Open up the chest. Take in positivity. And then exhale. Send out anything that doesn't serve you. Inhale. Exhale. Do a couple of more of these. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale into cactus arms. Exhale. Send away all the stuff that is weighing you down. Last time. Inhale. And then exhale. Good. Take an inhale. Bring your arms in and then exhale. Lower the arms. Lovely. So let's come down onto the mat. We are going to work with cobbler pose. Now cobbler is where we sit down on the mat. I'm just going to lower that a little bit, that view. Good. This is where we sit down and we bring the soles of the feet together and we let the knees come out to the side. Now this is very easy where we feel like we're going to fall over backwards. So if you've got a blanket, you're going to fold it and you're going to sit just on the edge of it. This helps tilt the pelvis forward so that we can sit like this with a nice straight spine. Okay, so just holding on to the feet. Nice straight spine, grounding down through the sit bones here. Just don't worry about the knees and how close they are to the mat. Take a couple of breaths here. Really grounding down through the sit bones. So feel how by pushing into the mat through your seat, you can tilt the pelvis forward. Press the soles of the feet together. That draws the knees out to the side. Shoulders are down and away. The chest is coming through. Good. This is a nice grounding posture here. A couple of more breaths. And then on the next exhale, we're going to let that go. And we're going to stay seated because we're going to be working with our Janu Shirshasana, which is head to knee pose. So here, you're going to extend. You can extend your feet out. And you're going to bring your right foot to the inside of the left thigh. And if that lifts that right knee off the mat, you're going to take a block and you're going to place it underneath the knee. Now remember that you can adjust the angle of the knee by moving your foot towards the left knee or towards the groin. So you can decide, just feel into the knee here, see what that's like. Good, and then sitting up nice and tall again on the edge of that blanket, if that helps to keep your spine straight. We're going to take the belt around the ball of the foot. Slight bend in that knee, take a breath in. So nice and tall here, and then as you exhale, coming forward. So you're leading with the chest, not the shoulders, so not hunching over, but nice and straight. So you're going to bring your mountain torso with you as you draw the chest towards the thigh. Take a few breaths here, about 5 to 8 deep breaths. Keep your head in line with the spine here so that we're not dropping the head down. We're just keeping the head and neck nice and relaxed here. Good. One more breath. And then on an inhale, we're going to come back up nice and straight. We're just going to do a little twist here. See how that feels. So you're going to take your right arm around. Maybe it comes to the other side here. And you're going to take your left arm and the back of the hand is going to be against the left shin. So you're just going to turn to the side, grounding down quite strongly here. Through the left leg, pressure through the back of the hand into the thigh or the shin. Just turning. Good. Take a breath in, calming back to center, letting that arm go. But now we're going to extend the arm. So take a breath in, keeping that left arm where it is, and then lifting up the right arm. Lifting it up towards the ceiling. Pressure through this back of the left hand here to rotate you up. Grounding down strongly through the sit bones. Good, and then coming back to center, letting that go. Let's do that on the other side. So now you straighten the right leg. We bring the left foot in to the inside of the thigh. Again, just check with the knee. Might need that block there. Take the belt around the ball of the foot. Slight bend in that right knee. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, now coming forward. So again, leading with the chest, shoulders are down and away. Perhaps that means you don't come very far down, so perhaps it's here, but we're connecting with the hamstring stretch on the right side. Strongly grounding down through the seat. That right foot is active with the toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Just again, check in with the head and neck here. And of course, a slight bend in that knee. Just keep checking that in the right knee. And then on an inhale, you're going to come back up, drop the belt. Take your right arm to the inside of that right leg, and the top of the hand is on the inside. Take a breath in. Sweep the left arm behind you. As you exhale, place it on your lower spine, or perhaps it'll come around to the thigh. And then take a few breaths here. But nice and straight in the spine, so you're rotating on the axis here. So look as far as is comfortable. Good. Take an inhale, exhale, come back to center, let that arm go. And then now we're going to extend upwards. So lifting up the arm. Still pushing through the back of the hand there into the leg so that the chest rotates up to the ceiling. Strong through the sit bones here as you reach up. Good. Take an inhale, exhale, coming back to center. Lovely. So just if you're on the blanket, and just move that away. Now we're going to come down and do some core working. So these are going to be some crunches, but I'll just show you first how we're going to do them. So you're going to have your legs lifted off the mat. The thighs are going to be perpendicular to the floor, and your forelegs are going to be out in a 90-degree angle. Your hands are going to be behind your head. So it's an inhale, and then it's an exhale, and it's a twist towards the opposite. So it's elbow to opposite knee, extend the leg back to center and down. So it's an inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, so we're going to work with these crunches. So get ready now. Coming down onto the mat. So just let your hands touch the back of your head lightly here. Good. So inhaling. As you exhale, draw the left elbow to the right knee and extend the right leg. Inhale, lower that leg, and then exhale, back, lower your head back onto the mat. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, turn with the elbow, leg extended. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lower the head. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, back to center, lower the head. A couple of more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, elbow to the knee, straighten the leg, back to center, lower the head. Inhale, lift the head, elbow to the knee, back to center, lower the head. One more. Inhale, lift, elbow to knee. Inhale back, exhale, back to center. Okay, so there's nothing more empowering than working on your core here. Good, so we are going to stay on the mat and we're going to work with bridge pose. So you're going to bring your feet underneath your knees and you're going to have a block between your knees here, just to make sure that the knees are in line with the hips. So just check your feet. Good, and you're going to have your arms by your side here. Or if you want to, you can have robot arms. Some people prefer this variation where you have the forearms at a 90-degree angle. Either way, you're going to have your toes pointing up. So on an inhale then, grounding down through the feet and through the balls of the feet specifically. Good, grounding down through either your full length of your arm or through the upper arms here to give you the lift. And we're going to stay here for 5 breaths or so. So take an inhale, and as you exhale, draw your lower spine to the back of your knees. So inhale, exhale. You can actually lengthen your spine while in bridge. Inhale, exhale. So just working with the breath, grounding down through the feet, through your arms, drawing the chest towards your chin. Good, nice and strong here. Let the legs work. The chest is opening. Good, then take a breath in, and as you exhale, lower the toes, and then very gently unroll your spine now. So vertebra by vertebra, no rush. And then placing the back of the pelvis last of all. Good, and then just taking that block away from between your knees if you're using it. And just bring your knees in. Just take a gentle rock from side to side here. Good. And then we're going to take a breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to roll over onto the other side. And we're going to work with dolphin pose. Now, dolphin is an awesomely strong posture. It's actually down face dog on your forearms. So let me just remind you how we work with that. So you're going to have your elbows underneath the shoulders, but just measure it out. So measure out the width by placing your hands like so, fingertip to the elbows at the top of the mat. So that's the width. That should bring your elbows right underneath your shoulders. And then you're going to make a triangle with the forearms. And then make a fist, but remember to keep your little fingers straight. Keep your fingers sticking out, because otherwise it's going to hurt. Good. And then from here, you tuck your toes under. And then on an inhale, you ground down through the forearms, lifting the tailbone up towards the ceiling. And you're going to draw your chest towards the thighs, kind of bringing the chest through towards the back of the room. So let's get our elbows then underneath our shoulders. Make a triangle with your forearm, then make a fist and point your pinky little fingers towards the top of the mat. Take your breath in, and as you exhale, lift the knees off the mat. So really grounding down strongly through the forearms here, and through the fist, and through the pinky fingers. Drawing the chest towards the thighs. Bend the knees to help bring the chest through. Feel strong here. Come out when you need to. Nice and strong. Keep breathing. Good. One more breath. Take a breath in now, and as you exhale, lowering the knees to the mat with control. Fabulous. Well, if that doesn't leave you feeling empowered, I don't know what is. Okay. So we're going to do a little sequence beginning with warrior two. So we're going to have the mat ready, the blanket ready rather, across the mat. And it begins with warrior two. So we're going to work with warrior two, and then we're going to come down onto the mat to do low lunge and then go into sphinx, and we'll do that on both sides. So face the long side of your mat. You've got the blanket underneath you ready. Take your feet about a leg length apart, and we're aligning the heels. So it's heel to heel. And then you're going to turn your right foot out, the left foot in slightly for balance. Make sure the hips are facing the long side of the mat. Take a breath in now, take your arms out to the side, and as you exhale, bend the right knee. So look down, make sure that knee is off the ankle, and then you can see at least 2 to 3 toes there. And then center yourself again. Make sure that you're in between the legs here. Arms out to the side. And strong in your warrior. So send your gaze past that right hand. Shoulder blades are down and away. Shoulder blades are in our back pockets, as it were, here. Good, and breathe. Feel how powerful this posture is. How can you not feel powerful here? A couple of more breaths here. Good, now we're going to get ready to go from here into low lunge. So before we move, I'm just going to say, we're going to swivel on the left foot, turning to face the right side, and then we're going to drop the left knee onto the blanket into low lunge, okay? So take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to lower your arms, swivel on the left foot as you turn to face the top of the mat, drop that left knee with control onto the blanket, and then scoot the right foot forward to bring the knee above the ankle as we find our low lunge here. So your hips are square, facing forward. Good. So grounding down through the foot, the knee, the shin, and the top of the back foot. So make sure you're nice and centered here, bring the mountain torso. Drop your arms by your side, and we're going to reach up. So on an inhale, reaching up, you can take bubble arms here. In other words, take the arms as far apart as you need to have your arms in line with your side seams here. There's a strong balance. Good. Take a breath in, lower your arms as you exhale. Take the hands to the inside of that right foot, swing the right foot back, and then you're going to bring your belly onto the mat as we find our Sphinx pose. So now your elbows are underneath the shoulders, your forearms are in front of you, pointing forward, fingers forward, and now grounding down through the elbows, and the forearms and the palms to draw the chest through. Shoulders are away from the ears. The feet are hip width apart. And take a few breaths here. So this is a nice chest opener. Just make sure your head is in line with the spine so that we're not sticking the chin out here. So just relax the back of the neck and the head. Good. Couple of more breaths here. So keep working those arms, shoulders away from the ears. And then we're going to get ready to come out of Sphinx pose. So you're going to tuck your toes under, lifting the hips off the mat, bringing the knees in, sitting back on your heels, coming up into standing. And then we're going to work that sequence on the other side. So turn to face the long side of the mat, heel to heel. Right foot comes in slightly, and it's the left foot now that turns out 90 degrees. Again, just make sure that the hips are facing the long side of the mat once you've made your adjustment. Take a breath in, exhale, bend that left knee, look down. See the alignment, knee over the ankle. You can see at least 2-3 toes there. And then we take our arms out wide. So on an inhale, good. Gaze past the left hand. And again, feel strong here. You're grounding down through both feet equally. into the earth, but send the hands away from each other. So you've got an active chest open here. Your arms are on, not just sort of hanging here. They're active. So Warrior 2 activates the navel chakra here, which is why it's part of the empowerment sequence. This is where we get our confidence. Good, so we're going to get ready now to swivel down into low lunge. So take a breath in, and as you exhale, lower your arms, swivel on that right foot, and then lower your right knee onto the blanket with control. Flip the back foot out, and then scoot the left foot forward to find your low lunge. So now the ankle is underneath the knee here. Make sure your hips are square, facing forward. You're in your mountain torso. Grounding down through the foot, knee, shin, top of the foot. Lower your arms, and then on an inhale, we're going to go into reaching up towards the sky. Take bubble arms if you need to. Taking the arms wide so that we have the arms in line with the side seam. So if you're reaching and you get here, take them wider. Strong through the balance. Good. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, bring the hands now to the inside of that left foot. Swing the left foot back. Come down onto your forearms. Place your hips onto the blanket. Feet hip width apart. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Find your sphinx. So just check that your head is in line with the spine. And then grounding down through the elbow, the forearm, and the palms to draw the shoulders back and down. Bring the chest through. Good. Couple more breaths here. And then we're going to get ready to come out of Sphinx pose, and we're going to go from here into child pose. So you're going to swing the hips back, bring the knees up into the blanket, take the knees out wide, touching the big toes, and then finding your child's pose. So if you need supports here, if you need a block underneath your forehead, or perhaps a bolster or a rolled blanket underneath the thighs so that the buttocks can rest down, then go ahead and do that. So just find your child's pose and relax down. So deep breaths in and out of the chest. Good, and then on an inhale, you're going to come up from your child's pose. And then we're just going to work on a nice little sort of kneeling stretch here. We're going to work with half camel. So you're going to come up, kneeling, so that your thighs are perpendicular, toes are tucked under. So I'll just show you first of all. We're going to have the hands on the sacrum. So we're going to place the back of the hands here, just on the shelf, the pelvic shelf there, drawing the elbows back, and we're going to have a few breaths here in camel, sort of letting the chest lift, but keeping the hips in line. And then we're going to lift the right arm up for a reach, and then we're going to lift the left arm up for a reach, okay? So it starts with kneeling, hips above the knees, the back of the hand is on that back of the pelvis. Draw the elbows behind you now. So draw the elbows as if they want to go towards each other. Open out the front here. Open out the chest in the front. Kind of push the hands down as if you want to lengthen the spine upwards. If it feels all right, just maybe lifting the head up towards the sky, just a little, just to accentuate the opening across the chest. Keep drawing the elbows towards each other, but lengthening the spine here. So you're drawing the hands down to create the space in the lower spine. And then you're going to drop the left arm down, keep the right hand where it is, and then on an inhale, reaching up with the left arm. The hips are square, facing forward. The head can lift up slightly. Take a breath in, lower that left arm. We're going to do that on the other side. So now you're going to place that left hand back onto the behind the pelvis there, that shelf. Lower the right arm and then inhale, reaching up with the right arm. So you're grounding down through the ball of your toes, the ball of the feet, the knees, and reaching up. So this is a spine lengthener. Keep drawing that left elbow back. Good. Take a breath in and then lower the arms. And then we're going to come back down. And we're going to finish with some lovely window wipes. So you're going to come down onto your spine. And you're going to take your feet out wide. So you're going to take your feet, the outer edges of the feet are aligned with the long side of the mat. You're going to take your arm out and across. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to drop those knees out to the right and let your feet stay where they are, but roll over onto their edges. So now we're going to draw that left knee down towards the mat. Take a nice thigh stretch and just stretch down the whole left side body here and in front of the left shoulder. And then inhale, coming back to center. And then exhale, coming over onto the left. So let the knees drop to the left, the feet stay where they are, but roll over onto their edges. Draw that right knee down towards the mat. Stretch the right thigh, the right side body, and the front of the right shoulder. Just keep the shoulder blades on the mat. Inhale back to center. Exhale, letting the knees drop to the right. You can add the head roll if that feels okay. So the knees go to the right, the head rolls to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, roll the head to the right. The knees go to the left. Find your own rhythm here as you roll from side to side. No rush. Just really let the body stretch out. Couple more. Good. And then bringing them back to center. And if you want to, only if you feel like it, we can take it into happy baby. So if it feels all right, you can take your hands to the soles of your feet, lifting the soles up towards the ceiling. Shins are perpendicular to the mat, and then drawing the knees down. So drawing the knees towards the mat with every exhale. So you can be playful here. Have a little stretch. Happy babies are very empowered little beings. This is why they do this. Spontaneous joy. Good. And then letting that go. And now we find ourselves ready for our relaxation for Shavasana. So you can take your blanket. You can place it underneath your head or over you. And then if you've got the bolster and you know you like support underneath the knees, then go ahead and place it underneath so that you're nice and relaxed in the legs. Your feet are hip width apart. Your arms are out to the sides, the palms facing up. Comfortable distance. And then once you've made your final adjustments in Shavasana, you're going to let yourself go. You're going to get nice and weighty here. Let yourself sink into the earth. Again, just feel the support, feel the connection through the whole back line of your body, from your head down to your heels. Feel how the earth holds you, embraces you. Reassuring, unchanging. If you feel you need to, do a little body scan from the toes up to the top of your head. Make sure you're completely relaxed. And then let the breath settle into a natural rhythm in and out of the nose. And then disengaging with any thoughts, any sounds. Taking your awareness within to that place of stillness, hovering between asleep and awake. And you'll hear the bell when we're ready to come out. Just bring yourself back into the room, back into the body now. Just inviting some movement to the hands, to the feet. And if you want to, taking your arms up over your head and taking a nice long stretch down the length of the body. And then bringing one knee to the chest and then the other. If it feels all right, hugging the knees. Taking a gentle rock from side to side. And then rolling over onto your right side and just pausing there. And taking some deep breaths into the back of the chest. And then pushing the upper arm into the floor and gently rolling yourself up into comfortable sitting. Taking your hands to the heart center. Thanking the body for the hard work in the practice and for always supporting us in our daily lives. And then hands into the forehead for kind and loving thoughts. Hands to the mouth for kind and loving words. And then back to the heart center for always staying open in love. And we can say namaste. Thank you. Lovely. Well, I hope you enjoyed that practice and that you're feeling empowered and ready to get on with your day. So see you again soon on the mat.